Summer of 2017. It's about 11:30 at night, and I'm sitting there with my friend Cody at the pool deck at Malibu, and we're just sitting there talking, and with tears in his eyes, he says, I stood up and I said yes to Jesus. Now, rewind 2 years earlier, and as a soccer coach, I was throwing stuff all over the ground because I was so frustrated because those guys were not listening. But they got to know me, and as I spent more time with them on campus, I spent more time with them getting to know them at the school and at soccer practice, they started trusting me. They realized I care about them. And some of them would come to club, some came to camp. In fact, on average, from the soccer teams I coached there, about 8 to 10 kids would come every year to camp with me. And that's not because I'm super persuasive. It's simply because they knew I cared about them, and they knew that they were looking for some fun and adventure and a chance to get away. Now, a lot of those kids got to commit their lives to Jesus. In fact, one of my friends, Cass, I showed up to school one year, and she's sitting outside the lunchroom by herself alone. And she tells me about how some friends have been bullying her. And so I sat there and listened to her story. And eventually I got the chance to coach her as well. And she went to camp. And her life is now drastically different. She's married, has a wonderful family. She's drastically different than she ever imagined because of what Jesus did in her life too. See, these things happen not because of me, but that because we had this plan, this idea in mind about how we can go forward, how we can move forward with a very specific idea to care for our communities. About how it's not just about everywhere, but our community, a staff person for that community, a staff person caring about the volunteers and about the kids. See, keep checking in because in just a couple more videos, we're going to outline what it looks like to be involved, how you could be invited into this process, how God might be inviting you into caring not just about kids, but about your community as a whole. Guys, thanks so much for listening, guys. Look forward to the next video.